For contestants disguised themselves as products and hid inside a supermarket. The last person to be discovered would win a grand prize of $100,000. The challenge sounded simple, but the supermarket was packed with customers and staffed by dozens of employees. Staying hidden wouldn't be easy. Before the store opened, the contestants were allowed inside to scout locations and choose their hiding spots. Ryan transformed himself into a pack of popular wet wipes. His disguise was so realistic that, unless someone picked him up and inspected him closely, he was almost impossible to detect. Ethan chose a much stranger hiding place. Dressed as a giant lobster, he climbed into a seafood tank and stayed motionless among the other sea creatures. Sophia disguised herself as a pineapple and hid in the fruit section. Surrounded by real pineapples, she blended in surprisingly well. Meanwhile, Jack climbed into a shopping cart filled with boxes and merchandise. His hiding spot allowed him to move around and secretly observe the store through small gaps. Once everyone was in position, employees walked past without noticing anything unusual. Even a security guard picked up Ryan's wet wipes and placed them back in the correct location without realizing there was a person inside. At the seafood tank, Ethan was already struggling. Not only was the position uncomfortable, but he desperately needed a bathroom break. Then things got worse. The fish tank suddenly started leaking. Employees rushed over to clean the water and discuss repairs. Several workers stood right beside Ethan, yet nobody noticed the human-sized lobster hiding among them. Soon the supermarket opened, and customers began flooding through the doors. Most shoppers were focused on buying groceries, not searching for hidden contestants. Even when they stood inches away from the disguises, they never suspected that some of the products were actually people. As time passed, Ethan's situation became increasingly difficult. The leak continued getting worse, and workers kept gathering around the tank. Then a young employee noticed something strange. The giant lobster didn't quite look right. Before he could investigate further, Ethan panicked and popped his head out of the water. His cover was blown. He became the first contestant eliminated from the competition. Now that employees knew people were hiding inside the supermarket, everyone became much more alert. Security guards began searching for anything suspicious. Back in the wet wipes aisle, a woman stopped directly in front of Ryan. She carefully examined the display, picked up a package, and stood only inches away from him. To Ryan's surprise, she never noticed anything unusual and simply walked away. Over in the fruit section, Sophia was equally nervous. Customers constantly approached the pineapples, touching and inspecting them before making selections. At the same time, Jack faced a different problem. Employees mistakenly thought his shopping cart was normal and began stacking extra boxes on top of him. After waiting for them to leave, he decided to move to a safer location. Unfortunately, the cart rolled directly into a nearby employee. The worker jumped in shock. Why was a cart moving by itself? He pushed it back into place and continued working. The impact left Jack dizzy. When he lifted one of the boxes to check his surroundings, an employee spotted him immediately. Without hesitation, Jack was eliminated from the challenge. Only Ryan and Sophia remained. The security team increased their search efforts and carefully inspected several aisles. They walked right past both contestants multiple times, yet neither disguise was discovered. Sophia barely dared to breathe as guards wandered through the fruit section. Meanwhile, Ryan survived another close call in the wet wipes aisle. Then came Sophia's biggest test. Two customers stopped to buy pineapples. One quickly grabbed a fruit and left. The second customer was much more selective. She examined pineapple after pineapple before finally reaching for Sophia. The pineapple felt slightly softer than the others. The customer became suspicious. She stared at it for several seconds, unsure whether it was spoiled or perfectly fresh. Unable to decide, she called an employee for help. Sophia's heart nearly stopped. At the same time, Ryan's luck was running out. One security guard noticed an extra camera hidden near the wet wipes display. Something clearly wasn't right. He began inspecting the area more carefully. After searching around the shelves, he finally opened a nearby box and discovered Ryan hiding inside. Ryan was immediately eliminated. Just seconds later, Sophia was also discovered. However, she had lasted slightly longer than Ryan. By only a few seconds, Sophia became the final survivor and won the $100,000 grand prize. The challenge was over, and the pineapple had beaten every other disguise in the store.